Okay, folks, this is the last exercise for week 2, getting the second story stair and balcony railing in place. I hope I can do it in one video. Okay, so some things you're going to have to do. This stair is pretty much identical to the one coming up from the basement, except for I want you to load in from the samples. It's the assembled stair residential left side open or left carriage open. And what it does, we're going against a wall on, you got to think about these coming down, okay? So one side is closed stringer against the wall, one side is open stringer, okay? And so you can put the stair in, don't include any handrails when you install it. And you will see once you install it, you're going to have to go and edit. Let me pull my section view. You're going to have to edit these two double joists that we put in for the end of the stairs because they were out here based on the rough opening size and everything from the drawings that we were working on. Okay, so you have to go back to your framing plan and move these two over. I think I moved them 6 inches, basically so that the upper stair carriage has something to sit on. Okay, and then edit your plywood flooring and your hardwood floor. I just pulled them underneath it just to keep it all the same. Okay, so you want to edit those two and bring them over. You're going to need to create a new wall type, and it's just going to be one layer of gypboard, and that's what I've got right there. Okay, all it is a half-inch layer of gypboard, and I made the notation gypboard only exterior side so that the finished side of the drywall I know is on the exterior side of the core. So when I draw it, I have to remember to draw it so the exterior side of the core faces out. Okay, because we're going to end up applying that in a lot of places where our gypboard won't come together, like right here under the staircase. We're going to have to do it there and wrapping around the staircase and out in the great room out here in some of these areas because just editing the profile of the wall won't do it right. So we just have to apply a layer of gypboard. Okay, so you get the staircase in, you'll edit your framing. And then this wall is, let's see, where's section 7? That's the basement. Okay, so the wall on the first floor is lined up with the wall in the basement. Those are lined up together. This stair, you want to make it, when you build it, you want to make the control line for it. Let's see. It just doesn't say there. So the control line for it is going to be on the left. I think it's the left support. Anyway, yeah, left support. So it'd be this side. Here's your control line, and the outside edge of the stringer should be adjoined to the drywall. And then you want to make the width of the stair so that the inside edge of the stringer on the room side is flush on the side of the studs. So basically it's sticking out 1/4 of an inch past your drywall. Okay, so that's going to be the width of your stair. Okay, and this wall, once you get your stair in place, then we'll come back. I'm in section view there. Let me move that out. Then you're going to come back and you want to edit the profile of this wall. That's what I got right there. So I edited the profile of it to fit under the stringer. Okay, I'm going to lock that back in place, which means you're not going to be able to drop lower the edge of the sheetrock inside the stairwell. So we have to apply a layer of drywall. Okay, so you'll get that stair in place and copy the, of course, you need another 2x4 up at the top. Need another 2x4 up here. Edit your plywood flooring coming out. Copy your sill nosing. You can copy it up and then edit it in place to get it lined up right. Okay. This railing, you'll have to draw a new one. You can't just, I tried copying it. You might be able to. I could not get it to copy since it's hosted. Well, I never tried to pick a new host. It, it's pretty easy to draw anyway. The settings are the same as for this one. So you want to put that on the enclosed wall. All right, now for our railing. This is the one that was we copied in, and it was the unedited version. Okay, because remember when I did it in the basement, I made a copy of it for the two pieces that I needed in the basement. This one was the unedited one, and I just played with my edits a lot. Rail structure, that pretty much stayed the same. Okay, the baluster placement, I changed this down to use balusters per tread, 2 balusters per tread. I think that looks better than the automatic 4-inch on the center. And then change it to add a post newel at both the start and the end. You can put one in a corner, doesn't matter. And you're just going to have to play with these offsets and the spacing to get everything to line up. Yours may or may not line up based on these numbers, okay? But what we want is the edge of the newel post be right up against the stair nosing, okay? The bottom of the newel post on the floor, you can adjust the top of it so that that trim, I didn't adjust the top of this one, so the trim doesn't interfere, but I did adjust these up here. And you just got to play with the length of your line to get it into a good location. Once you've got this one set correctly, make another copy of this stair handrail residential, and I called it stair handrail residential balcony. Okay, and I set it up so that there is no start and no end newel post, just at the corner. So these are actually two different railing operations. Okay, and this one I left it at 4 inches on center, but I changed the justification so that it spread it out throughout the spacing. Okay. And so that's, really it's some work, but it's looking pretty good. Oh, and right here on this little piece of trim, this doesn't carry all the way up. It stops at the last tread. I didn't try to extend it. I don't. Well, let me try that while we're sitting here. Let's see. I don't know how this is going to work. It's thinking about it. Yeah, see, it doesn't. It it didn't go all the way through. That side over there you want to trim, definitely. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, not making any changes. Okay, so that's not an option. Um, what I did is I just did an extrusion in place and made it the same color as the stair stringers. Um, Even though the wall is kind of, maybe I need to pull it out a little bit. I may have to work with it a little bit, or it may just be graphics. I think it's just the graphics color. Yeah, even though it's applied the same color as these, it's just kind of weird. I need to play with my thickness on it some. Anyway, okay, so questions. Um, oh, you'll have to edit your flooring up here, of course. Once you add that 2x4 section, you'll have to edit your plywood flooring and your subflooring up here. Um, you'll have to adjust the height of this rail once you've got them both in place and everything's finalized. Come in here, measure from the top of this rail down to the cut at the stair, and then come over here and measure the same way, and try and get them close to the same. Adjust this one up and down, and try to get them close. You don't want them obviously different. And then the same thing here in the bottom. That one may need to come down a little more, but try and get them lined up. Okay, I think that will pretty much do for this week. I mean, this has been a lot of stuff, but we got a pretty good looking interior going with our house here. Trying to make my camera back up. Whoa, that's a weird angle, isn't it? Okay, so if you got questions, shoot me an email. Come by the lab, see me, ask me questions, and let's roll on with it. Okay, y'all have a good weekend.